So apparently, it is illegal to collect rainwater in America.
In my personal unpopular opinion, I truly believe that the reason why it is so illegal to collect rainwater in the United States, because if you was to collect that water and you were to do some intense research, some intense investigation, and some intense testing on that water, you are going to realize that that water did not come from the heavens. Because a lot of people believe that rain comes from God, right? And that it rains to help the trees to grow and the grass to grow. But if you was to actually collect that rainwater and do some deep testing on that water and do some research and investigation on that water, you are going to realize that that is not water that is falling on us, is indeed, in fact, a chemical instead of water. So the reason why it is illegal, because they don't want us to have access to it, because some of us actually got the brains to realize that this is not real water that we are surrounded in. We are surrounded in poisonous water. It is even stated in the Bible, the womb that we are in is poisonous water. So that means that the water that is falling on us is not even the water that we're supposed to be in. The water that we're supposed to be in is supposed to come from the fountain of youth. The water that we are drinking every day, the water that is falling on us, is not giving us the fountain of youth that we're supposed to have. Because if we was really drinking the water from the fountain of youth, we would never grow old. We would never die. We would be immortal, because the water that comes from the fountain of youth, it makes us look 16 for the rest of our eternal life. So if you were to collect this rainwater and do some deep, intense testing on this water and do some research and investigation, you are going to realize that this indeed is not pure water. Indeed is in fact a chemical that ages us, that torments our fruit, that torments our vegetables and our food, that creates the water that we are surrounded by. So this is just my unpopular personal opinion, because water that comes from the sky is free, right? And we should be able to collect it. We should be able to put our bowls and cups out and drink it. But we are not allowed to do that. And the reason why we are not allowed to do that, because they know that it's people that got certain kinds of minds that can put two and two together. See, this is why I'm keep putting emphasis on that you got to really get to know yourself, and you got to get to know who you are and where you are and why you are here, because we are surrounded by things that is designed to keep us dead and asleep, even down to the water, down to the food, down to the atmosphere, down to the sun and the moon. Everything that we are surrounded in, even the bed that you are sleeping in, is to keep you asleep, because we are supposed to be surrounded with cotton and linen and wood. Everything that we are surrounded and indulging in this reality and this matrix system and this life and this dimension, it is designed to keep us dead and asleep and not knowing. So every time when it rains, it's not coming from God to make sure that our trees grow. It's indeed a chemical to keep everything growing, but keep it growing to the way they need it to grow. Because if one day we was to actually get the rain from the heavens, if we was to actually get the rain from the fountain of youth, we will all just feel alive. But yet, when it rains, think about this, people. Whenever it rains, don't you just lose energy? Like every time when it rains outside, I know indeed for me, Every time when it rains outside, I just feel so drained. I have no energy when it rains. I just want to lay in my bed and do nothing all day. Like, for me, I don't know about for a lot of people, but rain literally drains my energy. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the sound of rain. I like to look at it because it gets me in thought sometimes. But overall, whenever it rains, I don't want to do nothing at all. Just lay up. And if we was to have the real rain that we supposed to have that actually comes from the fountain of youth, we would indeed have more energy because water is supposed to give us energy. It's supposed to give us nutrition. It's supposed to give us the element that we need to grow, you know. And this water that we drink, it don't do nothing. Matter of fact, you can die by drinking too much water. So I I totally agree that you shouldn't collect this rainwater. I don't even like going outside in the rain. I don't even want this rain touching me. Like every time when I gotta go to the store and it's raining outside, I be like, I do not want to go in. I don't even want the rain touching me. That's how I feel about the rain. I don't even want this rain touching me. I don't want it touching my clothes. Because every time when this rain touches us, it is basically contaminating us. We don't know that because we're not aware of where we are, who we are, why we're here, and what they're doing to us. We're not aware of that. They even showed you. This is how much they show us and we don't pay it any mind. They even showed you a machine that actually make clouds. It's somewhere in the desert somewhere. They even showed us the machine that makes fake clouds. And we know that clouds is nothing but water. They even had the audacity to show us the machine that makes fake clouds. And when it rains, that rain is going to come from that cloud that came out of that machine. So that means that machine got nothing but chemicals in it to create that cloud. And when it rains, that cloud rain is, I'm trying to tell you, they've been exposing shit to us. We just don't want to see it. We just don't want to acknowledge it. We just ignore it. Like, we got to wake up, people. We have to really wake up. And if your eye is not open, at least try to strain these so you can see something. Because they honestly have been telling us the truth for years. It's just that we don't want to see it, or when we see it, we ignore it because we're not interested in it. So if they showed us that they can make clouds, if they showed us a machine that literally makes clouds, and we know that clouds is nothing but rain, why the hell would they make it legal for you to collect rain that they know that might indeed came from that cloud? Then you're going to know what's in that machine that they created to make that cloud. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up. We got to get out this matrix system, people. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. It's 2026. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. We got to see what they are showing us. We got to look and pay attention at the important things. We can't keep getting distracted with this bullshit. We got to use our intuition, our discernment, our minds. We got to use our common sense. We got to use what God gave us. We got to use it. Because if you keep ignoring it, you keep denying it, you keep looking the other way, you are going to get fucked in the end.